Just setting up a couple things here, trying to get ready for this first live of the Campfire Chat. Got my coffee. And go for a minute here to see if anybody pops in. If anybody jumps in, let me know how my my audio is working. Let's see if I can double check here. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but whatever. Yeah, this is it's kind of an impromptu thing with me today. I was going to do one tomorrow, and I realized that there just isn't enough time in my schedule to fit one of these in. Sadly, would have given me a little bit more time to kind of prepare and maybe be not so impromptu. And but anyways, better early than never. So, anyways, it'll be interesting to see if I can get anybody to jump on here on such short notice. Welcome to my first Campfire Chat. My name's Luke, Captain Carnivore, and this is pretty not pretty informal. This is incredibly informal. I'm just sitting here. We're going to talk some carnivore. I got a couple of notes written down. I'll probably stumble through this the best I can, but I've been looking forward to doing these lives, and I'm gonna do my best to dial these in at least once a week, probably on Friday, could be Saturday, not gonna be Sunday. I don't even know. It might even end up in the middle of the week. What do I know? But regardless, my goal is to try to get these coming to you at least once a week. So starting off, I want to thank everybody that's jumped on board in the last couple of weeks with my channel. It's really meant a lot to me. I appreciate it so much. Everybody has really, liked and subscribed and all that good stuff. And of course, I'll ask again, please like and subscribe. I love it. Looks like I got somebody jumped on here, which is kind of fun. Jump in, say hi. One of the things I'm really curious about with today's live is, number one, finding out where everybody's at. Where are you guys from? Chime in. And for one thing, can you hear me? I mean, is this thing working? It says it's on, but I can just sit here. I'm talking to myself at the moment, so I can't even tell if it's working. And I'm so new at this live stuff that I'm learning as I go. Anyways, a couple of topics I wanted to touch on. I've mentioned it in a couple of my last videos about the simplicity when it comes to eating carnivore and the importance of it, and how radically it turns into a routine, a daily routine, which then leads into the big win, the sustainability. And I've talked to a lot of people. A lot of people have inquired about, well, how long are you going to eat this way? How long do you think you can maintain eating this, that kind of diet? And that was when I decided, okay, I'm going to stop referring to it as a diet, because I'm going to eat like this forever, unless something better comes along, and I'm going to start referring to it as a lifestyle. I've always, I kind of, it's not that the term diet is a bad thing or a derogatory term or anything like that. To me, it just happens to be, it resonates with something that's potentially temporary. So if I was just doing this, for a few weeks or a few months or a year or whatever, then it would be temporary. But that's not my goal. My goal is to maintain sustainability. And in order to do that, I started off with making my daily routine had to start off simple, and simple is king. Is king. It when you live your entire life trying to throw together meals, quick meals, well thought out meals, taking the entire day to figure out what you're going to have to eat every single day, is exhausting. At least it is for me. And maybe not if you're just by yourself, but I've got a family, so it's exhausting. Anyways, that being said, it didn't take me very long to realize that, like, I can just simplify everything. I'm here just to eat, some beef, some beef and bacon, butter, and eggs. That's what I'm here for. That's what I signed on to when I first made this decision to go this route. I mean, we're talking about 1, 2, 3, the 4 major food groups for me was dialing in on those 4 things. So making it simple was automatic. And simplicity is, like I said, that's where it's at. And I'll give you an example. I've used this analogy before. Our bodies are incredibly complex, just like my truck. My truck's got a million moving parts, just like my body. And you dump in the wrong fuel into that truck, and it doesn't want to go down the road. It does not want to do what it needs to do. You got to put gasoline in that thing, because I have a gasoline truck. You got to put gasoline into that thing. You put the proper fuel into your engine, and lo and behold, it's going to run really good. And the same thing with me. I put the proper fuel in me, and guess what? I run great. Now I start eating a bunch of sugars and carbohydrates and, all the crap that we all know is the death of us. You're not going to run great. Your body's going to break down. It's going to be sending you signals all the time, referring to the fact that what are you doing? Poisoning me? Stop doing this. Give me some real fuel, and I will show you what I'm capable of doing. And so that's my quick analogy on keeping my fuel, my simple food simple, and what it does for me. But anyways, I see a few people dropping in. So somebody drop in a comment, say something, say hi. Let me know that my chat box here even works. Nobody has said anything yet. Let me know where you're from, or if my microphone is working. I can see I can make a hell of a spectacle of myself sitting here with. All right, there we go. Good evening, good afternoon. Yeah, thank you. I got to move my next time I do this, I'll move my computer closer so I can actually see my screen. Somebody came on there. How's the microphone working? Is it working? Hi from Holland. Oh my gosh. One of my very first, I've done a couple of lives in the past, but nothing, serious, just goofing around. But this is my first live, and the first commenter, first person to chime in is from Holland. Thank you so much. That is fantastic. So this, like I said, I just dialed in. I just talked a little bit about the simplicity of the diet, and the proper fuel for our engines and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I got people jumping in. Thank you guys. Thank you. Hi from the South Pacific, listening from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank you. You guys are great. Hi from South Pacific. Amazing. I mean, I got people coming in from all over the place. This is fantastic. I appreciate all you guys. So, like I said earlier, I think I'm going to not think. I'm really trying my best to get these lives scheduled in, I'm such a noob at this. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. No kidding. Um, but I'm going to try to dial these in a little bit better as I go along. But I'm going to try to do them once a week, probably on. Now, I'm here in North Idaho, so Pacific Standard Time. So I don't know how that works with all of my friends, all my brothers and sisters across all over the world, but Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to try to do them Friday or Saturday, and it's probably going to be like today. It's probably going to be on a Friday, as I am trying to get all the people in my life on board with whatever schedule that I'm trying to get to myself. But anyways, staying on track here with what my what I wanted to really talk about. You know, I'll jump back into simplicity real quick. You know, in my day job, and I'll be upfront, I work nights, but everybody first refers to their job as their day job. So when I'm at work, in the line of work that I'm in, I'm a machinist, so I make things out of metal and other materials. But anyways, you know, my whole industry is nothing but problem solving. It fundamentally, it's everything is just problem solving. And when other people that I work with, and I fall victim to this too, when they encounter an issue, oftentimes they start thinking about the solution in the absolute most complex way possible. Like, as in, the more complex the solution, the more viable the answer is. And it's almost like that with our lifestyle. And I'll go back to referring to it as diet, like our diet. It's like we have to have this pyramid of food layered up with, you know, eat more of the food that's on the bottom because we can cram more pictures of it on the bottom, and eat less of it as you go up because there's not enough room at the very top here to put in more pictures or whatever. And oh, hey, Ron. Hey, buddy. But the food pyramid, the sinister food pyramid, is well, like I said, it's sinister. I don't know the whole entire backstory, and I don't need to know it. Don't want to know it. All I know is I don't like it. So if I don't like it, I move on. But all of this complexity revolving around trying to decide what we're going to eat, what's best for us. And the crazy thing is that other people deciding what's best for us. I almost take offense to that. Matter of fact, I do take offense to that. Now, if a fellow carnivore came up to me and says, "Hey, I'm with you. You know what you should do? You should eat more beef." Like, I hear you loud and clear, buddy. If that, I might just do that, or maybe add some bacon in. You know, that would be advice I would take. But other people that offer opinion, and I'm not opposed to hearing other people's point of view and other people's opinion, but when a whole system has been put together to make it so that everybody is on board with what the system wants, as far as these people, you know, the standard American diet, or wherever you want to refer to it as, man, I take offense to that. And it's not that I take offense to the fact that people adhere to that. If people make their own conscious decisions to decide what they're going to eat every day, and they make it on their own, I say I'm with you. I'm with you. I'll tell you a quick one. I was talking to a buddy of mine, excuse me, and he was curious about. He knew that I was carnivore, and and he has, like most of us, has certain health issues, problems, whatever. And I was saying, well, I wonder if there's any benefit from you to incorporating more of an animal product into your lifestyle. And I wasn't suggesting that it was going to be the cure or none of that crap. And in regards to eating meat specifically, and he said it probably would, but my religious beliefs, and there was an issue with his core values with his religion. And I'm thinking, I didn't mean to go down that road. So there's reasons why people do certain things, but the people that jump all in because the government or the system, or they draw a big triangle with pretty pictures of heads of lettuce and piles of rice and sourdough bread and everything piled up at the bottom where you're supposed to eat like 12 servings every hour or whatever, because they tell you to. I'm sorry. I never have really done that. And I don't prescribe to it. Oh, what do we got? A big comment. Yeah, but we all lived in the food pyramid and it's hard to get over that. Yeah, yes, carnivore is still going against the grain. I see what you did there. You're right. Yeah, okay with a system that serves our health, and unfortunately, that's not the case. Yeah, agreed. So I got a couple of things on my list here, and I'm going to dive. I may or may not even look at the list. I'm just going. I'm going rogue here. Real quick, I kind of wanted to touch on a couple of added benefits other than the simplicity, routine, and sustainability that eating carnivore can provide us that are on the lifestyle. But say there's, excuse me, I went and burped. Good grief. Sorry. So I give you a little bit of a back history. I was an alcoholic for about 35 years. And there was a time about, I'm going to say probably 7, 8 years ago, give or take, that I just all of a sudden woke up one day and I said, I'm done. And what I told myself was that I'm going to quit drinking for a year, which seems like an admirable goal. I mean, if you can quit for a year, I mean, you might as well, you're a lifer at that point. But here's the problem. My year was my goal. Not year after year after year. My year was my goal. And the funny thing is I actually did it. I mean, so in theory, I was a recovered alcoholic for a year. And I kid you not, right after, not that long after the year, my year was up. Guess what I did? I reached for another drink because I thought, I got this. And what does it do? You jump right back on the saddle. I mean, just almost like it was a wasted year almost. I mean, it wasn't wasted. Don't get me wrong. But the point is that it meant nothing. I accomplished my goal. And so that kind of ties in what I was saying a minute ago about lifestyle and diet. Like the diet. That's what I did. I went on an alcohol diet for a year. And I guess when I lost my couple of inches to fit into my new pair of jeans on the diet, using an analogy, then it was like, I went to the dance, and then when I'm done, I'm over. I'll go back to the way I was. And so that was kind of, I didn't even really think about it, to be honest with you, especially after the first or second drink. Like, oh yeah, all right, good job, I did it. But the next time I'm coming up, next month will be 3 years of me eating carnivore. And the first year and almost a year and a half, halfway through, not quite halfway through, or thereabouts, halfway through. We'll call it halfway through. I was still drinking. I was eating carnivore, but I was not drinking carnivore, if you know what I mean. And that was, I knew I had to shake this. And originally it was like, oh boy, I gave up all the carbs, all the sugar addiction. I've been doing that for a year and a half. And now the carb, I was a beer drinker also. So, I mean, what do you think beer is? Liquid carbs, for heaven's sakes. So when I finally, it was like, I had a whole shelf there. I was a big bourbon guy. So I had all the bourbon, and I loved old fashions, all those classic drinks. That was my go-to. And finally I had gotten to, I said, you know what? I told, talking to myself, you come to the crossroads in your life, please do this for yourself, but for God's sake, do it for your wife and your family too. I mean, let's not be too selfish here. Yeah. Let's do it for yourself first, of course. But my wife, who, by the way, is the most awesome person in the world, she's my best friend. And we're, as a matter of fact, coming up in next month, we'll have been together for 30 years, which is pretty cool. But anyways, she's endured a lifetime with me of being an alcoholic, except for 1 year. And I owed it to her. I said, if I'm going to be eating the carnivore lifestyle with the intent of living the rest of my life longer than what I probably would have, it ain't going to happen unless I kick this alcohol crap. And so then I'm like, all right, next day, that was it. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not easy, not pleasant, but I will tell you one thing. And it was kind of funny because several months back, I did an interview with Dave Mack, and my God, if you haven't done an interview with Dave Mack, check him out. But he asked me if quitting drinking was easier or plausible, basically, because I had been on carnivore. And as I thought about it, like, you know what? Yeah, not only easier, it made it plausible. And I might even attribute the success of being a recovered alcoholic to eating carnivore. I mean, we all know about all the awesome things that eating carnivore will do to you. It could kill it could cure your alcoholism, for heaven's sakes. Anyways, I went off on a side tangent there with the alcohol thing, but nonetheless, I'm over a year sober, and I didn't think my wife could love me anymore, but I think she does. And my family and kids can't even understand or believe what the hell just happened in the last year or so. But okay, we got a couple of comments here. Social drinker here. I think age did me in. I've probably had the handful of drink. So you've probably only had full of drink since 2018. Let me tell you, I'll give you my honest truth about this. If I had an old fashioned sitting over there in front of me, and I'll dive back into this for a second, but if I had an old fashioned sitting over there and I was 100% convinced that I could go take a drink of it and not go back to drinking ever again, I might be tempted. I can't do that. Now, after I'd given up drinking, and probably for about 3 months, I had my whole rack of all of my favorite drink sitting there. I mean, because some of it had been gifted to me, so, and it's like, oh, geez, this stuff is, it's expensive, and, it was a gift, what do you do with a gift? You don't throw it away. And I'm sitting here right here, working on my computer, doing stuff. and my wife was at the kitchen sink, and I asked her, I said, honey, would you do me a favor and just start dumping that stuff down the drain? Because I knew that she never said one word about it, as far as like, when are you going to get rid of this crap? That kind of thing. And she just didn't say a word, just started grabbing bottles and dumping them. And it's been great ever since. Hey, I've freed up a bunch of room in my shelf. So anyways. Yeah, does keep me from drinking when I get invited out drinks. I do think of that. Yeah. The social thing. It's funny. Well, I don't want to use the term funny. There's really nothing funny about it. But the point is that Mother's Day, my family knows I don't drink, and my daughter wanted to take her mom and myself out for dinner, which is fantastic. But the two of them, my wife will have about three margaritas a year. I mean, literally, that's the extent of her drinking. And so they get some drinks, and first thing I'm thinking, come on, guys, Dad sitting here, he's recovered alcoholic. But you know what? It's after I don't know. I guess it's all up here, and everybody's different. But I didn't struggle, didn't have any issues, didn't have any problems with it. But it is something to consider for some folks, I guess. So, hey, did everybody chime? Ron, are you still here? Carnivore Ron, chime in if you are. I don't know if you jumped off or jumped on. I saw you jump on a little while ago, and I don't know if anybody knows this or not. Carnivore Ron and I are close buds, and let me tell you, if you haven't checked out his channel, go over to Carnivore Ron Weight Loss. Let me give you a nickel tour real quick of Ron. I think he's 71 years old, if I remember right. The guy's lost, 240, 250 pounds, and he didn't start but like 2 years ago or something like that. Yeah. He's got to go soon. Sorry, buddy. Well, that's all right. I'm talking about you, but it's all good stuff. So my point is, head on over to his channel and check him out. The guy's got all kinds of wonderful knowledge, and he's one hell of a musician, plays the piano and guitar. And anyways, throwing one out there for you, Ron. I'm hoping some people drop by and you get some somebody dropping in to see what your message is all about. Like I said, this was a quick, somewhat impromptu. I was actually going to maybe do this tomorrow. I was even thinking about doing it next week. And then I thought, you know what? I got to get this live. I want to do these lives. I'm going to do them once a week. And hey, why procrastinate? I've procrastinated everything in my life for years. So it's like, you know what? I'm just going to dive in here and do it. Put up a quick post, see if anybody even pays attention to it and stops by. And I did. You guys dropping some comments. I appreciate it. Let's see here. I think carb addiction is a huge influence on alcohol abuse. I totally agree. So much easier for carnivores to quit drinking, or at least limit it drastically. Boy, that's the truth. Like I was saying a minute ago, honestly, my recovery from drinking was so much easier. I would say I'm assuming it would be, but I know that it is. And it was because of my weaning myself off of my carb addiction. And it's kind of funny to think about carbs as being addicted or addictive and being addicted to them. It's to me, it just seems kind of strange. Like, oh, carbohydrates? You mean like donuts and stuff? I mean, that's food, but then again, what's the difference? Beer is drink, so what the hell's the difference? Anyways. Oh yeah. Thanks, Ron. Yeah. It's been fun. It has been fun. I appreciate that. So kind of used up half of my time here talking about my drinking habits or my former drinking habits, but it is a thing. And, some people, I drank for so long that it was like, I'll tell you what, number one, it was simple. It became routine. And then I lied to myself for years thinking that it was sustainable. And I think maybe coming to grips with an addiction, we'll use carbs, is maybe, at least for me, like, quit lying to yourself. I'm talking to myself, of course. Quit lying to myself. It's these things are death, and they're not good. They're not good. And I'll tell you what, it's not that I'm opposed to eating carbohydrates. I mean, I probably eat 5 or 10 a week, so some of them squeeze through somehow. I don't know how the hell they do it. Maybe I breathe them in. I don't know, but it happens. And that's not a terrible thing. I mean, come on. I mean, I am not a purist, put it that way. I am a 95 to 98% carnivore. And I got my Captain Carnivore coffee with heavy cream. That's all I got. So I think, Ron, you got to leave here in a couple minutes, which is a shame. I was going to not drag it out. I'm probably going to try to make these go anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour tops. Because right now, my list, I just got a couple of notes written down, and we're talking, it's basic, but I covered a couple of things, and I got you guys I am so happy that, number one, somebody showed up for my first campfire chat. I call it Campfire Chat. I wish I had a campfire. I wish I was sitting out by a campfire. That would be great. I'm just sitting here at my kitchen table with a bunch of lights. Oh, see, one of my lights just burnt out. They're battery operated. I guess that's telling me that it's I got to sign off. Yeah, wife will be home soon, Ron. Yeah, my wife's at work. She'll be home in a couple hours too. If you got to bounce, Ron, maybe I'll talk to you next week. So, guys, head over to his channel, check him out. He's a hoot. And if you're carnivore and you want to sit down and talk to somebody and do a live, ask him. He'll sit down and talk to you, do a Zoom call. He's all in on that kind of thing. And we do them all the time ourselves too. So I think my other light's about ready to burn out, which means it's going to go black in here. So that's signal for me. I have to set up a different lighting system, maybe by next week, I hope. But anyways, guys, I just want to, before I sign off, my parting message, just like all my other videos. Listen, the world is, in my opinion, a dumpster fire. And I've used that term before, and I've used other terms that I may or may not use on YouTube. The point is that there's only so many things that if we were to focus on just the things that we can control, think about it from that perspective, focus on the things that we can control and not so much on the things that we can't control. And let me tell you, the problems in the world, we have no control over, to be honest with you. And of course, I'm not ranting on a political rant or none of that. I'm just pointing out simple facts. And so if we regress back and we focus exactly on what we have control over, one of the things is we can control what we eat. So focus on taking total control of that, whatever works best for you. Secondly, for heaven's sakes, take care of your family, your spouse, your kids, your grandkids. I've got all of the above. And I absolutely adore every single one of them. Take care of them. And finally, take care of your neighbors. Look over your neighbors, watch over them, say hi to them, open the doors for them. When times can get tough, and sometimes they do, and they probably will, you can always go to a neighbor. They're super close by. Stay on first name basis with them. And print a campfire. Ron, you got a good idea. I can 3D print a campfire. Now you've inspired me again. The guy is just full of great ideas. I'm going to print myself a campfire and put it on the wall behind me. You watch. Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome. No, thank you for showing up, guys. Like I said, this is it. It's a lot of fun. I appreciate all you guys dropping by. I wish my lights would have stayed on through the whole thing. This one's about ready to die, I'm sure. Maybe I'll have full battery charged up next time, or maybe I'll actually just go get a cord and plug it into the wall. But, anyways, I think I probably ought to sign off here. This has been a real treat for me and everybody chiming in and saying hi. Uh, I hope to bring you back next week, and I'm going to try to throw a post up maybe a day in advance to give people fair warning, fair warning, so they can make that decision to either dive in or flee, one of the two. So, oh, howdy, Captain. Oh yeah, well, howdy. Where are you from? Where you chiming in from? I see some. These are new names on here. So for some of them, obviously, Carnivore Run, I'm very familiar with, but. Uh, North Carolina. Nice. You guys are coming in from all over the place. And I see these little crowns with numbers on them. Let me tell you what, I am so new at this stuff. I don't even know what the hell that means. I think it's a great thing. I love it. Yep. Thumbs up. You guys, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for showing up and entertaining my rambling. I might even have an outline written down other than some scribbly lines on a piece of paper for next time so I can at least try to stay focused. But I've done lives before, but this is supposedly a real one for me. So I was just happy to get the thing up and a live put up. Watching from the UK, my God. I have people from Holland, UK. I got people coming in from all over the world. That is awesome. That is awesome. You just made a middle-aged carnivore happy. All right, you guys, please take care. And thanks for dropping by. Like and subscribe, so they say. I'll catch you on the next one.